Boise State is a 2.5-point favorite over BYU in week 2 of college football action. Right now, I'm joined with expert analyst Troy West from allplayswin.com to get his picks on the game. And Troy, if BYU can tighten up that defense against the run in this game, I think they could cover because their quarterback really proved to us that he can do a lot last week with that Hail Mary to beat out Nebraska. BYU has a home crowd advantage here. There's a lot of momentum behind this team. But Troy, who do you see coming out alive in this game?
Yeah, no, this is a really intriguing matchup. I think if BYU had Taysom Hill, this would be a BYU without a doubt. But without him, I still think anytime you got to go to the second string, this is a guy that's taken a lot less reps. It's a guy that doesn't know the offense as well. You really got to simplify things for him. And then you go over to the other side, Boise State. This is a game that I watched extremely close, playing against the Washington Huskies. They went scoreless in the second half against the Huskies, barely hung on to win that game. I think the Huskies really figured them out, and I think that's something that BYU can take a look at that film and say, how did they shut them out in the second half? And so, boy, it's going to be a really interesting game. To me, it's going to be a dogfight, but guess what? I think it's going to go under. I think it's going to go dramatically under. These are two very good defenses. Boise State held Washington to 13 points. I know Nebraska got their points, but they really got them late. Otherwise, BYU looked pretty good on defense. I think it's going to be under. Both teams are going to really struggle to move the ball. You're going to maybe see a lot of field goals. I just don't see a lot of touchdowns. I'm going to go under in this game.
All right, so would you say just go under overall then, or would you say stick to the second half, as you just said, because BYU seemed to lose a lot of their energy in that half?
No, I would go under overall. I just truly believe that I know dictating in that first game, there was a lot of points actually in the BYU-Nebraska second half, but in terms of the Boise-Washington game, hardly any. But I just go under for the game. I just think under is a good bet. I don't think neither team has the big playmaking ability down the field. I know we saw the Hail Mary. I still think that's a fluke. It's 1 in a million play. Neither team really chucks the ball down the field. They like to establish run game. And like I said, defenses are good, and I think playing this game is going to be a close game. Teams aren't going to want to turn the ball over. It's going to be a defensive battle here.
All right, so who do you see winning overall here, Troy? I'm going to push you a little bit to a side because the outright values here for this game are extremely decent. I always love talking about it since it's pretty rare in college football. But minus 135 at the Greek for Boise State, and then they've got plus 115 for BYU. Who do you see winning?
I would have to put a lean actually on Boise State. I think, like I said, anytime you got to go down to your second quarterback, they've got guys banged up at the running back position. I know they pulled off a good emotional win against Nebraska. That's also can be really difficult to flush. We see a lot of teams have that hangover after getting a dramatic win like that. So if I had to go side, I would lean Boise State.
All right, Troy West from allplayswin.com. Thanks again for joining us and for the insight. We're in week 2 of college football action. NFL kicked off their season last night. What do you guys have going on at allplayswin.com?
Yeah, Megan, we are now documented at 28-5 since August 1st. Come take a look at what we're doing. That's at bestsportspickstoday.com. We're just killing it. We're absolutely killing it. We had a very successful day yesterday in the NFL. We hit the first half of a teaser with New England. We're going to have a very, very nice profitable card Saturday and into Sunday as well. Come take a look at allplayswin.com. I truly believe it's a breath of fresh air in this industry.
Thanks again, Troy.